Yes, good morning. See, we are going to discuss today two independent topics so that you all will be able to understand. Till yesterday we have completed the topics which are related to MySQL. So now you are all are in the position to make your project. Then list of practicals I will be sending you today in WhatsApp as well as in the school website. Okay, and then some question answers that you have to do in your notebook. So that will be your holidays homework. Okay, so today two, as I said, two independent topics. So the very first thing is, or the heading is actually searching. Searching. The meaning of searching means we wanted to search in the list or basically in the collection. We have two type of searching. First is your linear search and second one is your binary search. Okay, so we will try to complete these two today. Now, when we talk about linear search, it is generally we are doing on unsorted array or unsorted collection. What is the meaning of unsorted? Unsorted means what?
Which is not in a particular order, ma'am.
Yes, which is not in a particular order means in any haphazard manner. Fine. Information is stored in any manner. And sorted means either in the ascending order or in the descending order, basically. So for linear search, it is not compulsory. Means if your list is unordered, that time you will go for linear search to search for any particular element. And if your list is sorted, we always go for the binary search. Now see, their functions are, or their actually, their logics are fixed. Okay, so you cannot use your logic while performing linear search or binary search. Okay, no doubt Python has given you so much flexibility. If you have wanted to search directly, you can write if value in, and then you can write your collection name. So for you, it is very flexible. Lots of flexibility is given. But in so many other languages, we are not having those flexibility. Plus, in our syllabus, we have these two topics so that we can understand that how actually searchings are implemented in unsorted list or in the sorted list. So the very first thing that we will discuss is with respect to the unsorted list. So suppose if I'm having a list with 4-5 values, for example, or whatever number of values. But the most important thing is that these are unsorted. Unsorted means suppose I'm having 34 here, 21 here, means anything. Any type of information values you can write over here, and then we have to perform searching. Suppose here I'm writing 90 and here I'm writing 8. Okay, now you let me know. Suppose you wanted to search for 11. How you will search? See, for you, the best part is if 11 in and your list. Okay, this is the best way. But we are not going to use in clause over here. We are going to make this by ourselves. Okay, so if I'm saying that my search value means we will ask from the user if my search value is 11, how we are going to search? Very simple thing.
Run a loop, and inside that for loop we will use if statements.
Exactly, we will run a for loop or we can run while loop. It is your choice. We will start traversing from 0 index till the time we are not getting the value or up to the end of the list. Okay, and if we will get the value, we will record the position, we will come out from the loop. And if we will not get the value, then we will simply say that it is not found. Okay, so Achha, now the problem with the linear search is we have to traverse one by one. There are three cases: best case, worst case, and average case. Best case means suppose you wanted to search for 34. So very first time only you will get the value. Average case means up to like average means up to the half of the list you are getting the values. For example, 78 or 11 you wanted to search. And worst case is suppose your 8, it was the smallest value, but it is there in the last. So for searching for the smallest value also, you are running your loop or executing your loop for n times. Okay, so that is what called as your worst case. So we are going to actually make program for linear search first of all. So for that, the screen is visible now, Python screen. Now see, we are assuming,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, we are going to take list from our side. Then only we are going to ask from the user. Means when you will be making program, that time you are going to ask from the user only, because I don't wanted to waste the time in giving values again and again. So therefore I am taking something like this. Fine, this is the first thing. Then search value we are going to ask from the user. The reason is because every time we have to give different values, or I'm assuming here also, suppose search value is 45 that I wanted to search. Okay, so what we will be doing, as I said, that we are going to run the for loop for I in range. Now this 2 from 0 till whatever is the length of your list minus 1, length of LST. And then after that, what you need to do is you have to check. Achha, we are assuming that value is not found. So if the value is not found, we are taking this position as minus 1. We know in Python position is minus 1 is also the position, but we are assuming if the value is not found, then position is minus 1, and if it is found, we will change the position. Okay, so now we have to check if my search value, it is very simple program actually. If my search value is equal to LST of I, in that condition it is found. So what we will do, we will record the position. Position is equal to I plus 1. We know the reason why I plus 1, because I is starting with the 0 value. So position will be always starting with the next value, that is 1 value. Fine. And if it is found, then we can break. Simple. Now after coming out from the loop, we have to check position. If your position is still equal to minus 1. Okay, if the position is equal to minus 1, in that particular case, we are going to print value not found, else we are going to print value found at, and then whatever is the position. Okay, and first I'm printing my list also, so that we must know that how it is working. Okay, we will cross check this.
The position is basically the flag.
Huh?
The position is basically the flag.
Yes, it is just like flag only. Now see, it is giving that if I have written for 45, so 1, 2, 3, 4 working perfectly, then I'm changing this value from here only. Suppose if the value is not found, I am giving 99. We have to check whether it is working perfectly or not. So you can see it is not found. So working perfectly. Now, as I said, this is linear search. So ultimately we have to convert it into form of function. Okay, so many plus and minus I will be doing over here. So ultimately we need to make one function. So definition, suppose I am writing here linear search. Now in this function, we have to pass two information. First is my list and second is my search value that I wanted to search. Okay, then after this over here, this complete logic part. This is my logic part, Control X, and I am writing over here. Okay, now see what you have to understand in this logic part, that first I am taking my position, which is -1. Then if the value for loop, then if condition in the inside this, POS inside this, break inside this. Now see what we can do over here. Instead of break, because we are in the function, we will use return keyword. Return, and then we are returning with the value that is position. Else, if your loop is over and still you are not getting the, means if you are not returning because of this, so we have to return -1. So else return again POS. I hope these two returns are clear to you. Again, I am repeating, this return will be if the value is found, and if the value is not found, that time we are returning position, or you can say we are simply returning -1 in that particular case. Fine. So when we will come out LST search value, then we are going to, I'm writing like this, but remember you have to ask all these information from the user. Then after this, we need to call this function, and we have to receive the value in any variable. So suppose I'm receiving in POS only, is equal to linear search, and then we have to pass the list, comma, we have to pass the search value. Then again we will check that whether it is working perfectly or not. Examination time you have to do like this. If it is linear search, see this is not found. Now I'm changing this value. I'm taking 90. But remember, examination time value you have to ask from the user. That is also compulsory. Value found at position 5. Anyone any doubt with this linear search? Okay, in your book, instead of for loop, it is given while loop. So it is your choice. You can use any one loop, no problem. But ultimately, logic has to be same. Okay, we have done this without using any function, without in. Otherwise, it is very easy. If search value in, and then you are giving the collection. No. Okay, we have done without that. Anyone any doubt? Otherwise, we will discuss binary search.
No, ma'am.
Okay, and I suppose this is what we have done so many times. Means till the time whatever searchings we were doing like this. Acha, and replacement, even in the practical file, suppose if you have to write this question, nobody is going to write this like this. You are going to take input of complete list from the user, and search value also you will be asking from the user only. Okay, now the next thing is your binary search. This is what we have done. As I said, next thing is your binary search. Now for binary search, as we know that it is compulsory that the list or the information must be sorted. See, because these are already fixed, so we are not going to make any change in that. We will not make change in the logic basically. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Suppose I am taking 10 values, then we have to search 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then you have to, later on you are going to compare, and then you have to tell that which is good according to you and with reason. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And remember, these questions are important for your board practical exam as well as for your theory exam. 35, 40. And when this type of questions we are giving, we are going to give you directly, like write a program to perform linear search, write a program to perform binary search, something like this. Fine. Now see, if you will see, this is completely sorted list. The reason is this is only the demand of this particular program, binary search. Now we are taking one example. Suppose my search value is 40. Suppose. Okay. As I said, this is fixed. So we will be taking 3 variable. First variable will be my beginning, which will be at 0 index. Then I will be having another, that is your last, which will be having at last index. Okay. Then after that, I'm going to find mid value. So my mid value will be equal to beginning plus last. And remember, it will be whole divided by 2, because mid we are going to find like this. So whole divided by 2. It means if you will see your beginning is 0. I'm talking about index number. Remember this thing. And your last is 9 index. So it is nothing but 0 plus 9 divided by 2. So what will be the answer?
9, 4.5.
Okay, my fault. 0 divided by 2. Now what will be the answer?
4.
4, because we see ultimately we want integer value. So whatever is this value, there only we are going to keep my mid. So mid will be placed at 4 index. Okay, now I am going to check whether this particular value at mid is equal to my search value or not. Yes or no? Both
No.
are no. If no, then I am going to compare whether this value, search value, is greater than mid or less than mid. So what is the answer?
Greater than mid.
Okay, so what you have to understand that my this particular value is greater than mid. So instead of searching my from at the left side of mid, what I can do, I can shift my beginning to the right side. It means I can shift my beginning over here at mid plus 1 position. So for the next loop, this is my beginning and this is my last. Okay, or you can say this is my collection. And again, I'm going to repeat the same step. Okay, it means again, I'm going to find a new mid. Now again, my new mid is equal to again beginning plus last divided by 2. But this time my beginning is 5 and my last is 9. So it will be 5 plus 9 whole divided by 2. Now what will be the answer? It will be 7. Okay, 7. So in that particular case, your mid is here. As soon as you will get the value, position will be mid plus 1. Okay, because whatever is the index number, plus 1 will be your position, and then you will break and you will come out from the loop. Now we have to discuss up to worst condition. Worst condition means suppose now instead of 40, suppose I am assuming that my value was 35. Okay, if 40, so we have got the information and we are out. But suppose if it is 35, now any one of you, what will happen now? We will compare with 40.
First step will be same.
What will be changed?
Where this first step will be the same.
Okay.
That it will run towards the right. After
Okay.
that, it will divide by and go to the 7th position, and it will run towards the left.
Okay. See, what we will do, let me explain you from my side. First, I will compare 40 with 35. So no exact match, है ना? No match. So what I will do now, I will compare whether this value is greater than mid or smaller than mid. Now this time, if you will see, this value is smaller than mid. So I will not go for the right side. What I will do this time, I will shift my last to mid minus 1 position. Yani now my last will come here. So now for the next time, this is my last. Now if you will see for the next iteration, this is my beginning and this is my last. Means only these two are there. Now again, I'm going to repeat the same step. I'm going to find new mid. Every time we have to do like this. Now my new mid is equal to again first plus last, means beginning plus last divided by 2. So it is 5 plus 6, because we have to discuss the worst condition. If the value is not found, that also we have to discuss. Divided by 2. So it is equal to how much this time?
10.
It will be 5. Okay, it will be 5 because 5 plus, it will be 5.5 something. So, and we want integer value, so 5 only. So now my mid will be at this position. Okay, so what I will do, my mid is at 5. Again, I'm going to compare this with 35. Still it is not there. Then I will compare whether this is greater than 30 or less than 30. This time 35 is greater than 30. So what I will do, I will shift my beginning after mid plus 1. So this is what called worst condition, not worst condition even, the worst condition we can say, that last and beginning will be at the same position. Then again I am going to find my mid. Mid is equal to, this time I'm 6 plus 6 divided by 2, and which is equal to 6. So this time your mid will be also at this position. So see, actually this is the worst condition, when last, beginning and mid, all the three values are at the same position. Means after this you will not get the value. Okay, so if your value is there, this will be the last condition, where beginning, last and mid are at same position. If they are at the same position, then also the possibility is there that you may get the value. So therefore, when we are going to run the loop, we will be giving this condition only till the time beginning is less than or equal to last. Why equal to last? Because still there is a possibility that the value is there, and if beginning and last at the same position, then also value is not there. So in that particular case, value is not there in the list at all. Anyone, any doubt with this logic? Otherwise we will discuss the coding part. Fine. So same program I'm saving as with another name, binary search. Okay, I'm making binary search now. Fine. So see, these all things will be same. These all things will be same. First, it means what you have to understand. First, I'm going to take input of the list, then the search value that I wanted to ask. Most important thing, now my list has to be sorted. So it is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 and 50. Then I am going to search. Suppose I have wanted to search for 40. Okay. My function is binary search. It will return me the position. I'm printing the list, and on the basis of position, I'm doing all these tasks. Now over here. Now what you have to understand, the very first thing what I need to do is I have to specify the position of beginning, 0 index. Then last will be at last index. So it is nothing but your length of list minus 1. Okay, I hope this is also clear why it is I'm taking like this. Then while condition, till the time my beginning is either less than or equal to last. Till that time I have to run the loop. Every time what I'm supposed to do is to find the mid value. Mid value is equal to beginning plus last whole divided by 2. Okay, so now I have to compare if list of mid is equal to the search value. Then I got the value. I need to record the position. Position is equal to mid plus 1. And then I have to come out. So return richer. I have to return the value of position, means it is just like break. Otherwise, what I have to do? Otherwise, I am going to compare if LSP of mid, whatever value was there, if it is greater than your search value, it means your search value is small. If search value is small, it means last will be shifted. Last will be equal to mid minus 1. Else, you have to shift your first beginning. So beginning will be equal to mid plus 1. Okay, this is the logic. And else, even no need of writing this else also. Otherwise, directly we are going to return minus 1. Means otherwise value is not found. That's it. Okay, we will cross check this also now. Let me run this again. Value found at 8. So 0, 1, 2, 3, next, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We were checking for 40, fine. So it is at 8th position. You can give any value. Suppose 35 I am giving. Value found at 7th position, and then one more I am giving over here. Suppose if the value is not available, sorry, I'll be giving over here. Suppose if it is 100, it is not there in the list, because ultimately we have to check for all type of information. So you can see value not found. So working perfectly. Anyone any doubt with this?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Ultimately you have to do practice of these two. Try to do it without seeing from the book. And remember, both the questions are important. You are not going to change the logic behind these programs, because again, I'm repeating, Python has given you flexibility of so many things. Okay, so therefore, you have to think like all the flexibilities you have to keep one side, and then only you have to apply the logic. You have to use the same logic of binary search and linear search. It means if you are going to use any language, for example, C, C++, Java, PHP, any language, if you are going to use, everywhere you will get the same logic for binary search and linear search. Okay, that time you will not get the other flexibility what you are getting in the Python. Okay, so we have done with this. Then for your homework, I'll be giving you in the WhatsApp that what question answers you have to do in the notebook, plus linear search and binary search, no doubt you have to do, and you have to share it with me today only. Then your project and practicals, you have to do list of practicals. Again, I'm repeating, I will be sharing in the school portal, as well as I'll be sharing with you in the WhatsApp. In case of any doubt, you can ask from me. It's not like that you will wait for again when we will start the online class and then you will say that you have not done because of this reason or that reason. No reasons. We will like if you have any doubt, you can ask your doubts and I'll try to clear your doubts as more as possible. Fine. All of you have this, but remember that you have to study also along with that. Okay, and Prince, your reply I have already given to you. You can check.
No, ma'am, the practical work you are going to give us, we have to apply that to a computer also, or just write it in the notebook?
No, for practical work, it has to be in the means Python program must be there. Later on, you are going to show me PDF files. Okay, you have to execute that, and then soft copy we will require. And suppose if we have, if our exam will be there, so that time we need hard copy also. Hard copy maybe we will take printout. So no need to write any program. Okay, you have to type all the programs and you have to keep soft copies along with you only.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, then good day all of you.